get started. Okay, thank you for getting us all started on the recording. And I gotta know not to play with that into the mic. Do I have it on? I don't see a light. Where does the light come on at? You didn't charge mine. There we go. That's his whole job. The whole week is to charge mics. So anyways, welcome to Easy Peasy Keto. We're going to say it's week number 9, I think, because we skipped a week, and that is what we're going to talk about tonight. And then we had Thanksgiving until we're back. So I know you love me. So, and I feel very comfortable talking about this subject with all of you. And if you guys could take even this much from what I have to say and share it with somebody else, it's worth it. And it helps me by sharing it. So, and then after we get me all emotional and I'm a babbling idiot up here, Leslie's going to come up and teach us all how to do some good old exercising. That's easy for all of us. So, and Darren doesn't have to run videos tonight. He gets a night off because we're not doing videos tonight. What I had set up for the 2 weeks ago, I did have a couple of videos, but we decided to hold that back and do it another week. I felt like I owed an explanation. Well, now I owe myself an explanation of why I bailed. So, but we'll get into that after his, and quit playing with your mic, woman.
It should have a clip on it.
It does, but it had to be turned on. Then he just tells me, just be yourself, sweetie. It's okay, be yourself. Everybody will love you. Yeah, this is me, people. You got it.
Be you.
Yeah, gotta know how to work a clip. Okay, Ken, please, would you open it with a Bible verse and your thoughts on it?
I sure will. Tonight's Bible verse comes out of the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 25, out of the NLT. It says, worry weighs a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. I'd like to say it is pointed out in this verse that worry is not a small burden. The cares of this world can weigh heavily on the heart and cause a person to despair, feeling depressed. However, a kind word of encouragement can lift their drooping spirit and cheer them up. Thank you for listening, and God bless.
And it's this group that's going to help me get through my depression. I have suffered from seasonal depression for as long as I can remember, but I've always been medicated for it. Multiple medications. They just kept adding more stuff. And I also mixed them all with alcohol. And last year I was off of medications, but I drank enough to keep me from feeling this. This year I'm not doing that. This year I'm eating clean and trying to learn to deal with my mental illness. I've started going back to see the mental health counselor I've been seeing last year. I hadn't seen her since April, and she's wonderful. And next week I also have an appointment with the doctor, the psychiatrist. And I know he's going to want to put me back on medications. But, pardon?
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about that today.
Yeah, I've got, I bought one of the lamps. I used to have one of them, but once I was on so many medications and alcohol, I just always felt like I didn't need that. And so I have gotten a 10,000 lume lamp that I use first thing in the morning, along with, 5 or 6 light bulbs on a lamp that I sit right behind me, and that lamp facing right on me. And that's how I wake up in the morning now with, of course, my coffee. And I started using the brainz.
Keto brainz?
Yes. So it is. I felt like after the second day of using that and the lamp, I was much better. Leslie paid me a surprise visit. She knew my depression was getting bad by me not responding back to her. She showed up at my house and caught me in a babbling idiot mode. And that really helped to have a friend just come and talk to me. So, but mental illness is real. And there's so many of us that hide it, that won't talk about it, that just think we're crazy. We're not. We go to the doctors for broken shoulders. You know, he's going to have a knee replaced. My daughter's cut her finger open, thought nothing of going to the emergency room for those owies. This is an owie. And by sharing it with you guys, it's helping me here, and I hope it's going to help. If not one of you, you will take this and share it with somebody else. So I really feel like my diet has made, and I'm calling it a diet, what I'm eating has made such a difference. Not having the sugars and the preservatives and everything else, yes, perfectly, the ups and downs that my body went through. We went to the zoo Thanksgiving night, yes, and they were out of coffee. I mean, the place was open for a few more hours, but every station did not have coffee. Oh, they had all kinds of alcohol. They had hot chocolate. They had soda pops, but no coffee. So I thought, what the heck? It's Thanksgiving. We had been at the city mission for a few hours working outside. And then we went to Red Lobster and had all-you-could-eat shrimp. That's a mistake to set carnivore people down to an all-you-can-eat shrimp dinner, you know. But
and then they were probably looking at you going, "She's really tiny. How much did she really eat?"
Seven orders of shrimp I put away. Hey, and then we went to the zoo for the zoo lights. We're starting a new tradition for us. This was our first married Thanksgiving. And so, and you know, it was just like, okay, and this helps us. And I ordered a peppermint patty. I thought I could have 1 cup of hot chocolate with the peppermint schnapps in it while we're walking around the zoo. My blood sugar, which I wear a continuous glucose monitor, averaged over the 3 days before that, 72. My blood sugar shot up to, in drinking less than half of it, 130. And I didn't feel a buzz from the booze, but I felt shaky, nervous, and I was very emotionally coming home. I am blessed that I could be very open and tell him I'm crashing. And but that happened, and then was it this morning with a cup of coffee? We bought coffees yesterday, K-cup, you know, and they flavored, and it was a peppermint coffee, of flavored coffee. Oh, okay, and you know, just a K-cup and artificial flavorings, whatever. That did it too. My blood sugar went back up to 100 drinking, but yet there's nothing on a nutrient label that says there's sugar in it. Artificial and natural flavorings or something like that. But nothing saying any calories, nothing in it. So there was, hey guys, come on in.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem at all. You just missed out on the emotional me, but I'm sure it'll be back. Just explaining to everybody, oh, wait a minute, you guys don't, Emily and Andrew, Evelyn and Carl.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
And you know everybody else here, right? Okay. So you got all moved, got the new job all settled in.
Good.
All right. I'm glad you guys are here.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we just kind of went through. Ken had a good Bible verse that he talked about, and I've explained what my seasonal depression has done to me. And I want everybody to take away even a little bit of help for somebody else, even, or for yourself, that it's real. But I am so much better off this year. I had been on previously multiple medications.
Right.
I had been on alcohol. I always washed them down with a drink. That was my way of coping. Last winter, when it hit, I just drank. You know, we did a lot of social drinking. What's the big deal? You know, we controlled it. Well, this year we're not doing that. And I'm controlling it with the way I eat. And I just explained, we went to the zoo. I ordered a peppermint patty. They were out of coffee. I thought, well, what's one drink? And we will occasionally have a glass of wine or something. My blood sugar, which averaged 72 with my glucose monitor, went up to 130 with less than a half of that drink.
Yeah.
And I was a babbling idiot that night. Yesterday, we bought coffee, the flavored holiday blends, K-Cup brand, and not even K-Cup brand, generic brands or whatever, and it was peppermint mocha. And I started drinking some this morning, and my blood sugar went up from 68 to 100 on this much coffee.
Yeah.
So you really need, it's surprising, what? You don't even know. There was no ingredient list on there. There's no nutritional value statements on coffee. There should be, evidently, if they're going to add all those goodies. But Sherry was over at our house earlier today, brought me stuff to take to the sharing kitchen. Thank you again, Sherry, for that. And we talked about like monitoring your vital signs. And we're going to do 1 week of I'm going to bring in blood pressure cuffs, the glucose monitors, my ketone monitor, and we've been checking our ketones too to see where we really are. And Sherry says she's got some of the equipment, but what numbers are, where should we be? Where do we want to be? And so I think it'll be interesting. We'll do ourselves, and if anybody else wants to have it done, I would be glad to do it if you don't mind a retired nurse doing it to you. I'm not going to go renew my license now, guys, just for this. So
you're just giving us an example of how a real nurse would do it.
Yeah. And maybe for something for you to even take to your doctor's office, the knowledge, because when you go in there and they say, oh, your blood pressure is high. How long have you been sitting in that room? How long did you have to wait? What kind of traffic did you go through getting to the doctor's office? And then the medical assistant who's taking it is asking you 1,000 questions, jabbering like this, expecting your answers. She never once tells you, relax. Keep your arm at heart level. A lot of times they're just doing a wrist cuff or a blood pressure cuff that doesn't fit and putting it over your clothes. You could go in there with the knowledge of asking them to do it right. And that will help because they want to automatically start giving you prescription drugs. Oh, you got high blood pressure. Maybe you do, but let's get correct readings. And then I have found it fun. I am in ketosis. I've stayed at 0.5 and above up to 2.4, I think, during the time, a month or so that we've been checking it. But I like having that information and just knowing, oh, good, I've got I explained to Ken, it's like when you're in ketosis, it's having the Pac-Man, now I'm showing my age, going around and gobbling up and eating all the bad things in your body so you could replace it with the good, healthy. And so the longer you stay in ketosis, the more the Pac-Man gets to work eating up that bad stuff so you could replenish it with good. So that's going to be one evening. Thanks for Sherry's mentioning doctor visits and the lack of knowledge that they have. And something else she mentioned was, and we see it even amongst all of the videos we watch and all of the different speakers we have heard in our travels of going to the conventions and groups, the differences of opinion. So you need to do what I did, what got me on the cover of Woman's World, was I came up with Stacy Keto. I took from this doctor, this one, and this one. And I put together what works for me. And so it's good to get all this conflicting information and you find what works for you. Just like Darren's working on Darren Keto, right? And so there's no one rule, one logbook, one generic textbook to follow. But so many of our doctors also are not going back and adding new education in this department. As Andrew is shaking his head. How has it been with your cardiologist? And
So he's really great.
Oh, good.
The new guy?
Yeah.
The new guy's really great. Yeah, he doesn't like the statin I'm on either. So that's a work in progress.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of blood tests that have to be done, and it takes weeks for him to actually get all the data and everything like that. So going through that process now.
So it's nice to know somebody in here has a good cardiologist. If you're ever in need or you know anybody who needs one, we'll get referrals for your doctor for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out of Toledo.
Okay.
And I think you'd be happy going to see him.
People come from all over the country to see him because he's not like a conventional cardiologist.
Like he wrote a book of how to get rid of heart disease. He's like, it's reversible.
It is.
And people don't, that's not what they teach.
No.
So, and he didn't believe it for a long time himself. It took him time, and then.
Sounds like some of the doctors we know, right, Carl and
But he looks
Evelyn?
it's great. Like the guy's older than I am and fitter. So.
You guys got to speak up. We are. Yeah.
Okay, I know.
He'll let us.
I'll give everybody the information.
Okay. And so if anybody else finds doctors, nurse practitioners, whoever in the healthcare that are keto friendly or at least willing to listen to what you are doing, let us know. That's really important to try to find local practitioners. Speaking of practitioners, I went in yesterday. We went up to Toledo to LabCorp, and I had my labs all done for Dr. Saivez. I will be seeing him the end of December. And he did extensive blood work, 7 tubes. He did urinalysis, and he also had me do a breathing to check for my reflux and what's going on in your gut and all of that stuff, which I found really great. And my insurance covered everything that was done. My insurance would not cover the vitamin D test. Yeah.
Out of all those things.
Right. It would not, yeah. And so I'm going to do some research as to what is the vitamin D test. I figured they were just going to check the levels to see, where you are in that range. And I said, oh, okay, well, how much is it? And I'm pulling my wallet out, $375. I put my wallet away. We're going to stick to So we do need to just, pass information around about practitioners, labs, anybody that is out there in the field. So anyways, in talking to all of you guys, it does help my heart and my head to share it. And if I can do anything to encourage or help somebody else, I had posted a little video, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, just saying, I suffer from this. I didn't ask Ken. I didn't have him review it. He was gone someplace. I just sat down and told my story. And Leslie asked if she could share it because she knew somebody that could use a little encouragement. And it's okay to talk about it. My daughter went and got a bunch of stitches in her finger. Well, they're not going to stitch this up, but I'm getting it fixed. So please, any health issues, get help. So, and Leslie, she's going to show us tonight a few good exercises, something easy and simple. She knows who her audience is. And now she is an occupational therapist, and she has told me before of a few good exercises. I have 3 metal rods in both feet. And I've been having a lot of trouble, or I had been having a lot of trouble with cramps in my ankles because I'm old and worn out. I used to be 400 pounds. I kind of wore out those joints. So she's given me a lot of good ideas on ways to move those. So I'm hoping she could work on the rest of our worn out body parts and make it easy. Okay, Leslie, come take it away. You got to come up in front of the camera because I want to share this. So.
She needs the microphone.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to get rid of yours.
Okay, Ken will. He's been kind of holding it out there, hoping to pick up voices.
Oh, yes.
It works a lot better if we can try to catch it.
Put this on.
Questions and, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I won't make you put it on by yourself like I had to
thank
do
you.
and be I don't know, I can't even catch it on your collar. There you go.
I can wing this, but here's some copies. So, hello, I'm Leslie, and like Stacy said, I'm an occupational therapy assistant, and so I'm really big on moving, exercising, keeping your muscles strong, keeping your joints loosened up. I know we're all at different fitness levels here, so literally these exercises can work for anyone. If you have to use a chair, you can do them sitting. Some of them you might have to do standing, hanging onto the chair, but the most important thing is that we keep moving. Even as we have like autoimmune, osteoporosis, any kind of health issues, exercise is so important for all of them. It can give us energy. And if you can even add a little bit of weight, like you can use something small in your home, like soup cans, they say.
Can of SpaghettiOs.
Can of SpaghettiOs.
No, we
nobody
shouldn't have
has them.
SpaghettiOs in
Do
our
not
house.
have them in your house. Okay, no. Grab your asparagus and work it out.
Get your spinach.
Get your spinach, cans of spinach. Yeah, so, there's always ways, and they can be adapted to work for you. And I always say start out slow. Maybe do it without the weight to see how your joints react and your muscles. Because if you don't exercise, obviously you're going to be sore. When you start exercising, it's normal. It's like a good pain, but you haven't used them for a while. So, and I also believe stretching is so important. Even if you exercise, or as we age, our muscles get tight and short. And so maybe you have some joint problems, maybe because your muscles are tight. Maybe stretching would help that. So I'm a big fan of stretching. So you can either do them sitting, and you can do all of, like if you had, as long as you're moving in like all the ranges, and I know some people's shoulders can only do so much, but if you're just kind of moving,
As
through
far
all the
as we
joints,
each can.
as far as you each can. Yeah, and so.
Okay, by good form, you mean sitting straight, not
Yep.
hunching.
Yep. So sitting straight up, you could start with even like these. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you can go up, you can go up. If you can go out, like you're swimming, you go out. As long as you're moving, you can twist.
How many do you recommend at a time? What kind of
Mhm.
repetition?
So if you can at least do 10 one time, 10 is a good number to do. If you can do more than one rep, that's good too. But I would just say you could even start stretching with your neck if you can, and all the ways it moves. Even my neck is cracking a little bit. So just start from head to toe. And if you can't do a lot of upper body, the lower body is so important. You can do that from a chair. You just kick your feet out. You could do some marches, which are really good.
So as we're watching TV, watching all of the YouTube videos, so we're learning about the keto life, let's march to their words.
And toe taps are really good. So toe taps are important. As we age, we lose that ability to lift our toes when we walk. It becomes tripping hazards. So, and even if you have a rocking chair at home and you're rocking, that's really good for your legs. Just keep moving. Stretch and keep moving. You can stretch before you exercise. You can stretch after. You can do both. But all the exercises are in the handouts. And so you can just do them I'd say at least a few times a week would be great. And if you could get them 10 reps in, and then add weight as you can, add some light weight. And then eventually you're going to be able to do heavier weight because your muscles are going to get stronger. Your joints are going to get looser. And so, no, everybody has, they have copies. Yeah. I didn't do one for myself. Plus my printer prints weird for some reason. It just has it starts at half the page. I have no idea why. So yeah, just important to keep moving, and weight is good for your bones. If you can add some weight to that, definitely good for keeping your bones strong and your muscles strong. Because like she said, use it or lose it. And that's honestly the truth. Use it or lose it. So,
you want to walk us through some of them?
Sure.
More than just...
Yes.
That one or this?
The stretches. I like the stretches. And some people are not going to be able to do all these. Like, I don't know, can you touch the floor? Or you can just go down as far as you can. Kind of loosen everything up.
And so, like, for us that have arthritis issues in our backs, this is good for opening up that area.
But only don't. So it's not painful. You never want anything to be painful. That's bad. Just go to where you can. Even if it's just, you're just kind of, gravity is kind of taken and you're not pushing it. It's kind of.
Should you hold it down there for a while?
Yeah, you can just hold it for a little bit, maybe like 30 seconds, and then, or if there's any pain, quit. So these ones, kind of open that up if you can. This is good for all these tight muscles, because we're always like here every day. And these are getting short, these are getting stretched out, and so it causes us to have bad posture. So if you can do these, this is a one I like to do. And then you can kind of go to the side.
And hold it for a while.
And then go back.
Because of the world of cell phones, we are here.
Yeah, we're always here. We're always here. And then, people are having those neck and back problems. So then we can go like across.
And like I said in the email, at least we could do this in our jammies in the privacy of our home, and nobody has to see us doing it.
And I say you don't need if you like to go to the gym, that's great, but you don't have to. Like if I wanted to get a workout in, it's been a couple days, and I'll do it in my clothes if I have to, versus skipping it, because you don't have to get dressed, you don't have to drive somewhere, you can just do it all in like the privacy of your home, or like you said, in your pajamas or in your sweatpants. So then we could maybe scoot to the edge a little bit and just kind of stretch our legs.
And now, like, I have an artificial hip here. I have an artificial shoulder. I have metal rods in all my feet. All my feet? I only have two.
All your feet? All your feet?
All my feet.
I know. You got to be careful with your hip joint. You might not want to go too far up.
But like here, I could feel it, so
Yeah.
I will know. Okay, just take it like right to
yep,
there.
yep.
Okay.
So you got to be quite aware of whatever your restrictions
Your
are,
own
your limitations. If you got some, metal in there, you definitely don't want to be messing that up. So, and then a lot of these are kind of tough ones. You can.
Some of us are old and really decrepit.
But yeah.
Oh, look at
Yeah, I know.
Emily over there. Just
You should be up here. Get up here now.
come show us how to do this, girl.
Show us how it's done. This one, this right leg is really more tight.
I have the one too.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Should
is it
we
your dominant leg?
be pushing our knee?
I do just a little
down?
bit.
Just a little, just
To
till
give
we
that
feel.
extra stretch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can get it there. I gotta lift it up to get it there.
I gotta lift it right one up. If you can do some of these standing. So I'll turn this around. If you need like a chair to hang on to, you can just
Even with all my feet, I
all
need
your
a chair.
Huh? We don't want to hear anything popping. That's bad.
That was for me.
Oh, don't do. Yeah.
It's all good.
You can feel that. I could feel that on the back of my calf.
Yeah. Yep. Or you can
Okay.
kind of stretch. I know these are one of my faves.
Yeah.
That's because I've been doing it. So once you do it, before I could not do a lot of things.
So maybe people like me who can't do that, kick it up, like bring it up as far as we can bring it.
Yeah,
And
you
let
can
it-
do that, or you could even maybe just set it on the chair if you can.
Okay.
That way you're not holding it up. That's really kind of an exercise.
Uh-huh.
Or you can do like exercise standing, hanging onto a chair, kind of work on your balance too a little bit. So yeah, there's lots of good things. Just as long as you're moving is the best. That's key. So yeah, and there's like this, and I always like to say work from head to toe, work all the joints. So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
Come on, you guys got to have questions.
It's okay if you don't. Right, if you have more than 2 feet, you're going to have to do a little more work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, that's me. Yes, thank you very much, Leslie.
You're welcome.
And we'll have her as we do these things at home and we get a little more agile. Then maybe we could have her come back and show us the next step on movement. So, and wintertime, we're not going out and doing things. I know for myself,